Can we stop pretending like money isn't amazing? And I'm not talking about Lambos, private jets, or anything like that. I'm literally just talking about freedom, like paying your mom's rent when she's not expecting it, or gifting your girlfriend something that she wasn't even expecting, or just buying random flowers, having the time to walk slower, pray longer, and even help more people. Being rich is awesome, especially when your heart is in the right place. It doesn't say money is evil. It says that the love of money is the root of all evil. And I think a lot of people just miss that. I fully think that money is a good multiplier. If you're generous, then money makes you even more generous. If you love deeply, it helps you love even deeper. And if you're a person of God, it literally becomes a weapon for good. And if you believe that money is the root of all evil and that holds you back from building wealth, you're truly limiting what God can do through you. In fact, Proverbs 13:22 says, a good person leaves an inheritance for their children's children. And that's very hard to do. You have to have a lot of money and you have to work very hard. We also have 1 Timothy 6:10. It says, for the love of money is a root of all kinds of evil. Some people eager for money have wandered from faith and pierced themselves with many griefs. So it's important to know that it doesn't say money is evil. It says the love of it is. It's a huge difference, by the way. And I think this attaches very well with understanding that, at least for me, what I believe and what I've read is that the root of evil is actually not being afraid of God. And in Proverbs 9:10, it says, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and knowledge of the Holy One is understanding. It's wisdom. When you have wisdom and when you are afraid of God, if you have money, you're afraid of God, you're rich, then you use your tools to do good. And again, this video is not about greed. When I start to see money as energy I can protect, energy I can use to do good, everything just really changed for me. It's about having alignment, it's about having purpose, it's about having stewardship, because I truly think that money helps you become even closer to God. When I say rich, I'm not saying I'm like obnoxiously rich in money, but I'm saying you can become rich in wealth, in faith, in love, in health, everything that makes you a richer person. And I think if you become rich in those areas, there's nothing that can stop you. And I feel like there's a lot of guilt when people speak about money, and I feel like it's just a mirror of how you maybe were raised, or maybe you feel like people with a lot of money are just people who are evil. And I feel like that's not the case. I feel like your judgment of money is just a mirror, and it's just a projection of who you are, and maybe things that are more deep into who you are as a person, rather than just categorizing money as something that's evil. And if you don't know how I've come about, I truly felt like 9 to 5 was something that I was going for. When I lived in the US, I lived in the US for almost 8 to 9 years. That was just my goal. And not to make this a story, but things really changed when I took ownership of who I am as a person by quitting the 9 to 5 grind, or by quitting what I thought was my dream, and then putting all that energy, all that time into building my consultancy business, where I help businesses just scale. And it was a struggle. When I was trying to grind for the 9 to 5 for the paycheck, it was really tough. And at the time, I was very envious. I was looking down to people that had money, because I thought, like, if I don't have that, then why are those people worthy of having that if I am not? And it messed with me, man. It really messed with me. Then my business started to take off. I started to help a lot of people. I started to help a lot of businesses. And I really love the fact that when you create something, and when you build something, and when you help people, and when you start getting paid for what you do, you start gaining this sense of freedom in travel, in giving. And I'm not saying you need money to do those things. Like, you can travel, I guess, very cheaply, and you can give, not necessarily material things, but you can give time, you can give a lot of things. But I truly believe that when you have money, you're able to do way more. So I want you to take this message as, don't feel guilty for working harder. Don't feel guilty for wanting more money. Don't feel guilty for cutting relationships, cutting people out of your life, because you're focused on working, you're focused on becoming a better person, you're focused on becoming a better human. And I think truly it's okay if you're working towards those things, because at the end of the day, or at the end of the road, you're wanting more money, but for good reasons. I truly believe you shouldn't run away from wealth. I think you should own the fact that you're going towards wealth. I am very open about it. I think money is a great tool. And if you start building your kingdom, if you start building your business for the right reasons, I don't think you should feel guilty at all. And just 3 things I want to leave you with today. One is wealth as a tool from God. It's not a sin. I'm going to butcher this. Deuteronomy 8:18, it says, "But remember the Lord your God, for it is He who gives you the ability to produce wealth, and so confirms His covenant, which He swore to your ancestors, as it is today." Wealth isn't bad. God gives you literally the power to create it. You are incredible. You have the knowledge, you have the power to Google things, to learn, to get mentors, to read books, to do everything so that you can build yourself out and understand that you can become whomever you want to be. But you must remember who gave you all of this power, who gave you all of this free will to become whoever you want. So wealth as a tool from God, not a sin. Proverbs 10:22 says, "The blessing of the Lord brings wealth without painful toil for it." God's blessing includes wealth. The key is aligning your pursuit with His will, not striving apart from His will. Second thing I want to leave you with is money must be stewarded, not worshipped. I think that's where a lot of people just mistake money being evil. It's not. It's a great tool. Luke 16:11 says, "So if you have not been trustworthy in handling worldly wealth, who will trust you with true riches?" How you handle your money reflects your spiritual maturity. I truly believe it's a test, a responsibility. And I think it's sad seeing people who are extremely wealthy just go down in bad things, alcohol, partying, drugs, etc. It truly is sad. And having a lot of money and understanding how to manage it really reflects a spiritual maturity and a speed levels for people. If you're looking for people who look up to, people who you want to follow, people you want to watch videos from, I truly want you to see through the material stuff. I want you to see through the McLaren, the Rolex, the jewelry, the everything. Just look through it and see how people handle money, because I think it's a really good reflection of spiritual maturity. 1 Timothy 6:19 says, "Command those who are rich in this present world not to be arrogant, nor to put their hope in wealth, but to put their hope in God, to be rich in good deeds and lay up treasure for themselves as a firm foundation for the coming age." Wealth is okay, but your hope must be in God, not money itself. Use it to bless others. Being rich, having money gives you the power to give more. Some things I pray for is, allow me to work more intelligently so that I can be able to use what I gain from it to give to other people. And lastly, wise planning and diligence are godly traits. Proverbs 21:5 says, "The plans of the diligent lead to profit as surely as haste leads to poverty." God honors focus, effort, and wise planning. Doesn't like lazy people. Wealth built through wisdom is righteous. Last one, Ecclesiastes 5:19 says, "Moreover, when God gives someone wealth and possessions and the ability to enjoy them, to accept their lot and be happy in their toil, this is a gift from God." Enjoying the fruit of your labor, when it's God-given, it's not sinful. It's a gift. You have free will. You can do whatever you want in life. God gives you the freedom to do whatever you want in life. If you use God's gifts to become a better human, a better father, better brother, better lover, better sister, better brother, everything, I think it's truly a gift. But yes, money is awesome. It gives you a lot of tools to do everything that you want in life. If your heart is in the right place, then I feel like not being wealthy is being selfish. And honestly, I'm here in this world not to be selfish, but to give, to provide, become the best version of myself, because that truly is, and I truly believe, is respecting God. So hopefully this message sits with you well. It's a little bit different from what I used to. And I know it's not about business. It's not about growing your business, but it's something that I really felt called to explore, felt called to just speak with you. Hopefully this resonates with someone. But yes, money is freaking awesome. And I hope you're building your business to become wealthy, to help people. If you need help with any of that, go watch my other videos on YouTube, because that's what I do. That's what I'm here for. Hopefully I can help you become a better business person. So I'll see you in the next one.